and taking pride of my multicultural background, learning about connections I have to ethnicities and cultures that I would have never known that I was connected to. I will say initially, anything that was off the pie that was not connected to my African ancestry, I kind of felt initially like, what's the word? Betrayal. You know what I mean? I didn't have anything to do with it. I couldn't control that part of my existence. But nevertheless, especially with my African American um, civil rights passion, we'll say. I thought, well, how am I going to blend this? How do you come to terms with the fact that not only do you have Irish, Scottish, German, and it goes on and on, believe it or not, but you have colonial roots. The people that step foot on the soil here, you are directly connected to the ones that were here before, the natives, the ones who were dragged here, enslaved, and also the ones that were responsible for the enslavement, you know? So it took some while for me to embrace the lineage that was not black, okay? The lineages that weren't black. But then I grew to understand, I developed as a person, as a human, to the point where I'm so glad and I appreciate where I am now. I absolutely love every last one of my ancestors, and I love that I come from so many. I'm proud of that. And more so, I started to look at life through a lens where, the value of a person or how good they are now or even in the past is not about, you can't just base it only on racism, slavery. Okay, so if I'm black, anyone who's white was against me or is against me. There were many white people that fought for civil rights, that laid their lives and their families' lives on the line for civil rights, first of all, in history, as well as there were some parts of Africa that sold Africans out, other brothers and sisters out for goods, for bargains, for whatever, So you absolutely cannot, as a person, be fair and just and blame anyone. So I would say, you can't blame them based on their skin. I'm sorry. But I would say today, especially after when I look at my life and what I've been through, it's just as a personal note here, the invasions or the violations that I experienced early on were never from white people. They were from my own people. They were black people that robbed me while I was home, that violated me as a child. It wasn't white people. And then when I was in school, there were black and white teachers that were excellent with me. But then there were also some black teachers and some white teachers that left a mark on me, that made me think, well, you can't do this, or why even try? So there was a battle, and it didn't matter their color. It was the individual. It was always about the individual. Just like I wouldn't want to, anybody to hold against me anything based on bias, like, oh, she's African American, that means this, that. No, you have to know the person. You can't just assess somebody based on their color or where they grew up even, And I'll tell you, there were some people that you would never think, the homeland, Africa, you would think, oh, you love me through and through because we have a shared ancestry or connection here. But I've been hurt mostly by people that were from Africa or are from Africa. That has been, a very surprising fact for me. So no, I'll never say that there's one group against me versus another. I'll assess when I know you. And before I know you, I just don't know you. There are some Southerners. Black people will think, well, oh, all Southerners are all, Republicans are racist. But I'll trust you as a Democrat. Do you know how many Democrats have crossed me And how many Republicans you could go to their home or you could pass by them and they don't even know you and they would give you their last, even though you're black. But then so I'm just saying, don't go by the traditional. I'm on this side, therefore you're on that side. That will just, you'll fall prey easily. And you'll fall prey by having your trust in a group of people based on something that, doesn't always hold true. I'll say that. And then you can also miss out on the beauty of relationships and connections with people assuming things. So just get to know, no matter what the situation is, use your discernment. That's the word. Use your discernment and don't judge. Absolutely do not judge. So with that, let's see what the cards say. And I'll start with the Ancestry deck first. See what they say. We are one, to be honest. We are all one. Jumbie, total disruption. That word is the word of the week. Disruptor came up with lineage disruptor. Disruption came up about the new moon and the solar eclipse. They said, this is an illusion disruptor. And then here we go with total disruption. Some things are being shaken up. There's just no way around it. This is a moment of things being shaken up for the good. I feel strongly for the good. And this is a number 13, in case that's important. Okay, so let's see. In Jumbie, they have that in the Caribbean at the carnival. And if you're not familiar with that. But here we go. Tears will be shed. Are you ready to accept change? Because ready or not, here it comes. You are living the Zen proverb, let go or be dragged. What are you struggling to hold on to? Ding dong, that old situation is dead. Shift happens. There is radical change happening with you and around you. Allow yourself to cleanse the energy of the past and forge ahead. A new beginning starts now. Jumbies are otherworldly shadow spirits and monsters in the Caribbean. In Caribbean carnivals, the Moko Jumbie towers high on stilts as a god who sees right and wrongdoers. People fear the Jumbie as a messenger of death. However, the Jumbie is most potent as a messenger of life. Jumbie reminds us to embrace the changes of life. Jumbie is as much about beginnings as endings. Fear of change and fear of death are two huge fears of those who walk before you. Your ancestors are calling on you to release fear and rise as yourself with all the lessons from the past in your heart. The tarot correspondence is death. Wow, I am completely open to the sacred magic of change. I think what the ancestors are saying is, in the old days, maybe it was reason, definitely reason, for you to go strictly by your color, especially here in the United States. You would have to look and see. It was the law, okay? But now things are not, that way. And it's not, and I'll tell you this too, there was such allegiance that color meant something more than it does now. You could more so trust someone of your color to look out for you. So the games, the rules have changed, and now is a new day. So you're being dragged into this change as well. And we long changed from that, and people struggle to catch up with the times. Now we're being ushered into a bigger change where no longer are politics going to divide us. No longer is color or where you come from or where you live. Do you live in India? Do you live in Pakistan? Do you live in Japan? Do you live in South Africa? Wherever you live, you're going to embrace one another as humans. It's not even going to be any more dividing factors. No dividing from religion. What religion do you embrace? You don't embrace any religion. You are loved. You're going to all be loved. And that is the new earth that we are ushering in. So it's not going to matter. If anything, the only thing that's going to matter is you'll appreciate the differences. For instance, if you have red hair, and that's distinctive to an Irish person, for instance, true, authentic red hair, then you may say, oh, it's so beautiful and unique and rare, but there won't be any of the disdain for any group based on any kind of characteristic. That's going away. Thank goodness. It's being ushered out. Let's get another message from the Akashic Records, Oracle cards. And people, the world needs nothing in some strange waters. That was an old Boy George song. And I know that it has something to do with what we're talking about. It just came to me. Okay. I got two cards from this deck. Okay, first out, jump in. You're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never all align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take the leap anyway. This is that time. I think this is saying jump in to meeting new people, branching out into it could be new people, not just about color and race, that's the obvious, but also someone of another faith, someone that lives in another part of the world, someone who goes to another school. For some people, even that is a big move. So just stretching, expanding yourself, learning new things, not just what you grew up knowing, living in the same town, around the same people. Branch out, break free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe. Whoa. It's literally saying that. I know you can't see it. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary. If you're going to share your true self with others, be brave, be real, be you. And trust that those who love you will always be there for you. That's beautiful, and I love it. I love the synchronicity of spirit, and I will see you in the next reading.